First hour stream on ESPN. So we're going to go to the first match, Tribal Combat Heavyweight Championship of the World. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Thoughts and what you got and who you got?
Keep Roman undefeated in this style match.
Now, the stipulation is if Roman actually whoever wins, they have to acknowledge the winner and be by their side. And I don't think they'll do this, but the most interesting thing out of this would be Jacob winning and Roman having to bow down and acknowledge Jacob and Jacob be the tribal chief and watch how he have to follow behind him and how he does things, and also having the Usos do it as well. I think that adds for a better story. I just don't think they'll do it. I just spoke about it with the whole Dom segment. I did not want a Bloodline Summer. It looks like we're getting it. I did not want a Bloodline Summer. I wanted Roman against Dom, Carmelo Hayes, these newer guys, which were essentially the Oba Femi, and Oba Femi dethroning him for the heavyweight championship of the world, but that's not what we're getting. I do think it could be interesting having Jacob bow down to Roman Reigns and have him having to follow around. But the more interesting thing would be Jacob winning, because Roman's never been put in that type of position, and it will be the most intriguing.
Well, if it's going to be interesting, total knockout ain't giving it to you.
So I'm going to go with. So you are going with Roman Reigns, correct?
Roman wins.
So what do you think about? What are your thoughts on the potential of a Bloodline Summer? Does this interest you, or did you prefer my
rather watch wrestling on Wednesdays?
Oh, you're back on that kick now.
They got me this couple weeks.
They got you.
You know, as bad as it is, they're giving the only thing they remind me of Vince is this shit's getting real predictable. Formulaic, real predictable.
Well, everybody has their formula. That's
not me. I always keep it spicy.
Do you?
Shit. Ask around.
Always got everybody on their toes. So Cody Rhodes will defend his undisputed championship against Gunther. A lot of intrigue here. Who you got, and what are your thoughts on this?
This is actually somewhat interesting. I haven't been paying enough attention to SmackDown. I like to see Gunther win. I think they're trying to bounce off a couple reigns for Cody, and it'll make sense. It'll be some heat. They need a real heel to have a main title somewhere, and this is the way to do it.
What are your thoughts on the whole Heyman moving Gunther to SmackDown and him getting the championship match for him?
I mean, how do we get him back to Brock by the SummerSlam is my real question. I care too much.
We'll get to that in a second. So I do find it interesting that Gunther was being real. He was kind of playing with the contract, like not trying to sign it. I thought that was a good aspect, and I'll kind of get into that when we talk about Brock and Oba. I'll get into that when we talk about Brock and Oba. But I do think this is interesting. I do think this will be a good match. I think because they had that good match at Crown Jewel a few years ago. So I am interested in this match as well. I do think Cody retains. I do. I think the match will be really good, and we'll see where Gunther goes from there. And where do you think Cody goes from here?
I have no idea what that nerd's about to do. No idea. Probably Jelly Roll, Limp Bizkit.
That's done.
I mean, B-Show pay-per-views coming up for SmackDown. What else are they going to do?
All right, now we're going to go to Oba Femi.
Someone from the Knicks. Maybe he's going to face someone from the Knicks.
So now we got Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar 2. Now, I was saving a lot of this for this segment. So this is the thing. So this favor that Gunther has from Paul Heyman, do you think that's null and void now? Since Gunther took forever to sign the contract and wasn't handed the match?
Oh, I haven't ever thought it, honestly. They're going to change whatever the direction is going 3 times.
So thinking about this, Gunther would have a point because you have to assume Brock's going to win, because why on earth? Because
go to a rubber match. How do we get the Gunther? It's good.
Brock came back, so you have to assume that his final match is going to be at SummerSlam. And why would Gunther want to face Brock Lesnar off of 2 losses? And why is Brock back to halt the momentum of Oba Femi? That just doesn't necessarily add up to me. So I think Brock wins, but there's a lot here. And but then again, there will have to be a third match. And where that match will take place, we all know Brock loves a Saudi Arabia payday. Maybe you get that at Night of Champions. But WWE logic the last few years, Night of Champions has been Night of no champions, Night of one champion, because hardly even any titles are defended. So maybe that'll be your rubber match, but still, you would think Oba will go over there. And still, why would you want
too much sense if you go do it somewhere like Night of Champions? Hey, look, it's no title on the line, but the winner. Hey, it's a rubber match. The winner gets the title shot.
But I still think the favor is going to be, I want to end his career, so Brock will put his career on the line. Because even Heyman doesn't even have.
And that could easily be like. Well, I know. Again, I'm making it make too much sense. Oba could win the rubber match at Night of Champions, get a championship match. Brock could go on to then lose to Gunther at SummerSlam, but that would make too much sense.
And also,
when it comes to total knockout, we got to stop thinking logically.
Also, the thing is, Heyman doesn't necessarily have to give Brock this. I mean, give Gunther Brock. It could also be, hey, Gunther is like harassing Heyman, and Brock finally agrees to do it because it's like, look, you didn't come through in that contract because he necessarily didn't sign it. He had to go through Roy's keys. So that's the intriguing thing. But the fact that Brock came back and could potentially halt Oba Femi's momentum, I'm not a fan of that at all. But I'm going to go with Brock because that's what seems to make the most sense. Now, WWE Championship is going to be on the line. Rhea Ripley defending against Jade Cargill. Who you got?
Mommy keeps the strap.
Any thoughts
on
this?
Whole bunch of stuff. You get Charlotte Bliss going against the baddies, and somehow that's how Rhea keeps a little heat still on Jade, but mommy ain't losing the strap.
What's been your thoughts on what's been going on amongst all the women? Because Fatal Influence, for example, they've been served themselves.
Your girl JC Jane is the one that's going to dethrone Rhea.
I love that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I love that.
Oh, it's SummerSlam.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love that. I do think they will win the tag titles from Paige and Brie. That'd be Laney and Fallon. But so they've inserted themselves into this, and they're all about unity. And at this point, they got Rhea and Charlotte essentially becoming friendly, but being friendly costing the match at Saturday Night's Main Event against Jay, and Jay did end up pinning Rhea Ripley. Now, the match at WrestleMania I thought was really good, and I hope this match is actually good as well. And I thought they stood out at Saturday Night Main Event because I could have cared less about that match, but they turned me around. I thought they had a great show in that 6-woman tag team match. But I am going to go with Rhea Ripley to retain her WWE Championship. And the final match, I'm not sure if this is going to happen because there's a rumor going around that she is hurt. But Becky's going to defend her WIC title against Sol Ruka. Thoughts on Sol Ruka since she's been up?
Botch City, but I mean, I like her. I want to like her. I think she's doing too much. I think she needs a new finish. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I do like her, and I see her winning the IC title here.
Yeah. So Becky Hogan, as some like to call her.
I love when you call her that because you be bipolar about it.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I still don't.
I was about to say you started agreeing after you heard that you watched that new Rivals.
Oh no. Well, if you did something to somebody, you did something to somebody. But as far as burying somebody, and hitting one of these, I don't know if you heard that, but I don't recall her hitting one of these.
No, brother, doesn't work for me.
So, so when it comes to this match, for Becky Lynch, I think she doesn't get talked about enough because she's been fantastic. Like this whole feud with Jessica Carr and with Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, I think she's been great in her role. And I think that if this match does happen, she will lose and Sol Ruca will win the WIC title. Because I even like the way that she got disqualified, and the fact that Jessica Carr didn't disqualify Sol, she DQ'd Becky. I thought it was great. You know, in a good way to
what
get out
do
of the match.
you think about that constant storyline they've been doing with Jessica Carr and Becky? I mean, it's borderline like the general managers. Like we never getting a match from Pierce or all of this. Jessica Carr is a wrestler. She's a trained wrestler. Like Becky's storyline's been going on for over a year.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because it's like
I love it, but I want something to come of it.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if anything. I doubt anything will come of it since she's a referee. But I love the idea.
She's a referee, but she's also a wrestler.
I know, but I just love the idea of signaling out a referee that you don't like, and you have a nickname for them, even though they call it down the middle, and just being a delusional heel. I love it. It's just like when Triple H will have Earl Hebner, for Earl Hebner's awful, but the fact that there was always that thing in the back of your mind of like, all right, Earl, you always screw my matches, and commentary will always point it out. But I do love this aspect of Becky hating Jessica Carr and Becky hating management, and Becky on social media has been fantastic when it comes to these things. So Becky Lynch, she's been underrated. I think she's fallen under the radar because she has been the WIC champion. It falls under the radar sometimes. But I think she's done an incredible job, and I think she's going to put Sol Ruca over here. Sol Ruca over, if not here, the next time they actually have a match for the WIC title.
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
All right, so we are now going to move to